So this decision that I keep contemplating of whether to go back to Toronto or stay here. And I've been spending all my time basically in self-reflection to really get to the root of it. Is it a fear-based decision, or is this my intuition leading me back because I've healed enough and there's nothing more for me to do here? Because what I realized is that when I came here, it was like I came here because I felt I had no other choice. So I had to come here. But if I really wanted to stay, or if it was meant for me to stay in Toronto, then I would have found a way to make it work and stay there. But it was like the universe was almost giving me a situation where I felt like I had no other choice, so that I go here. There was a reason for me to come here. I was meant to come here. I was meant to grow, heal, record these videos, create content, work on my passions, dive into nature. So we're all psychic, and sometimes I feel like I can tap into my psychic abilities when I really listen to my intuition and see things that where the universe wants to take me to meet connections, or how my life is going to play out when I go to that place. So when I was envisioning what was going to happen when I came to Spain, I was envisioning eating healthy food, getting fit, like cleaning up my diet, working on my passions. Like I could see myself sitting at the table and recording videos like these, and about poems and writing out poems on my balcony. Like I could see all that. I've been here before, but I didn't do that when I was here before. So I could see all this happening, and it made me feel good. It made me feel full inside. It made me feel giddy about making that step and spending time in nature and grounding and swimming. I could see all that. So my highest self was saying, okay, it's time to go there. But when I was thinking about Toronto, I was blocked. I couldn't see myself making it there. I couldn't see myself being mentally stable there at that moment because I was so broken inside. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that was the moment where everything fell apart, where I felt the most broken, I think, in my life. And that's when I had my spiritual awakening as well. So I could see myself in Spain, but I couldn't see myself in Toronto, and that was kind of the guiding factor that my intuition was showing me. What's funny is that I didn't see myself having a community. I didn't see myself going places. I see myself really just spending time with my kids and being in hermit mode. I didn't see a life that was outside of me just healing right now. So it's just funny that like my highest timeline was even showing me that, hey, like you're not going to have community there. Don't expect it. This is your time to really develop self-love, face your shadow and shed the things that you don't want. So it's like now that I've completely transformed as a person, faced my shadows, gone through these ascension symptoms and came out on the other side, and developed self-love and developed this confidence. I always had confidence, but this is the next level of confidence when you develop self-love for yourself. And set up boundaries, all of these things and take accountability. That's a really big thing. It's like when we come out of situations, we can blame the person, heartbreak, all these things, we can blame the person because we're so heartbroken. So yeah, when you're heartbroken, you see that what the person did to you instead of what you did to that person, and how you reacted immaturely, and how you didn't see things from that person's perspective, and all of these things that how you contributed to making things the way they were. Instead of just blame, you actually get to see what you did in the situation. And that only comes when you've healed the other things, when you've gained self-love, when you've done all the things I just mentioned. Then you're able to see clearly and be like, holy, how you're not the victim, and how you really hurt that person with your actions and your words as well, and how you could have reacted differently, but you reacted the best way you could because you weren't healed yet. You were going through trauma, and then you were trying to be in something when you weren't ready to be. Right person, wrong time, right? So it's like, that's the kind of almost, I don't want to say last step, but that's a big step for you to feel that calmness and peace. Even if the person was in the wrong, you still have to look at the situation and be like, how did you, and not just relationships, family ties, all these things. If they were in the wrong and they were doing things that were from an emotional imbalanced place, then you have to look at it like, how did you react? How did you trigger that person as well? So it's like you have to look at your role in every situation, even if it was, let's say, mostly that person's fault. You had a fault and a role in it as well to how you interacted. And that gets you to forgive them and forgive yourself. And forgiveness is just for you. And I never understood forgiveness. Forgiveness was one of the hardest concepts that I couldn't do, because I'm like, if someone hurt you horribly, how can you forgive them? Like, it just doesn't make sense. But now I understand that it's like, when you forgive them, someone's done horribly to you and there's no mending the relationship, then let it go. Forgive them, let it go, send them with good energy. But if it's someone that you can forgive and let back into your life, then if you can forgive the person, like it's something that wasn't that bad, and like it was based on miscommunication or not understanding each other, seeing each other's perspective, like all of these things that can be mended and that haven't been something that completely traumatized you. When it's toxic, and family, friends, relationships, then those are harder to mend because things have gotten too out of hand. But if two people have taken accountability and recognized their flaws and have healed from their trauma and gained self-love and done all this inner work, then yeah, you can heal that within friendships, family, relationships. You can heal that. But if it's something that someone's taking no accountability on it and not recognizing their part to play in the situation, then those relationships you have to let go of, because you're going to constantly get into conflict with them. Hi.
You sit?
You want to sit?
Yeah.
You going to listen to my video?
No.
Huh? No, you're not going to listen? So, yeah, forgiveness is just something that some people you have to let go of, and some people you can let back on into your life if you guys both recognize the mistakes that each people make, because it's not a one-way street.
Mommy.
Yes, baby?
Hey, hug?
Hug? Kiss? Love you, baby.
Did you buy this?
What?
It.
By the dino?